Senator Mike Lee of Utah joins us live. Good evening, sir. And we're out of money unless the House and the Senate and the President all sign off on this 2011 fiscal budget deal. Are you going to?
I don't intend to vote for it.
Why?
Because we are almost $1.7 trillion in debt with every new year of spending. We're almost $15 trillion in debt total. And I've pledged not to vote for any of these spending packages unless or until the package is accompanied by some kind of long-term spending restraint. And we don't have that yet.
Oh, you mentioned spending constraint. I can't help but point out a quote from Senator Rand Paul, which is, he put on a press release. It says, only in Washington can a budget that spends more than it did the year before with a larger deficit be portrayed as cutting. I guess we know how he feels.
That's right. That's right. And, you know, he makes a compelling point. And I think it's important for us to remember that the American people are concerned about this because they understand, Greta, the connection between jobs and the economy on the one hand and the debt on the other. This is not just a hypothetical, esoteric problem. This is a problem that infects every aspect of our lives. And it's killing jobs at an estimated rate of 1 million a year.
All right. Have you done a head count to see who else in the U.S. Senate is not going to likely vote for this?
I don't have a head count yet, but I know that I'm not alone. I know there are multiple other Republican senators who are going to be voting the same way I am.
Enough to make a difference, enough to hold up the bill or even to defeat it?
I don't know that yet because I don't have a firm enough count.
Are you out hustling people to get on your side?
The hustling is being done all on its own. I mean, the people who are concerned about this bill are coming out of the woodwork and expressing it. I don't know what the vote count's going to be at the end of the day.
What would you vote for? You're not going to have your choice, I don't think. But what number are you looking at? $38.5 billion is the number that is on the table. The
bottom line number is less important to me than what accompanies it. And what I mean by that is some kind of at least while we're talking about a continuing resolution, perhaps a statutory spending cap, a Graham-Rudman-Halling style cap. As we approach the debt ceiling vote, I'll be looking for something more permanent, like a constitutional balanced budget amendment.
Tomorrow, the president's to give a speech, not on the 2011 budget that expires this Friday night, or at least the continuing resolution and the budget being until November 30th, but for 2012. Any thoughts about with the president's anticipated speech tomorrow?
Well, I hope that he's coming to the table ready to address entitlements, ready to address the fact that if we continue spending the same way we have been, then by the end of this decade, we'll be paying about $1 trillion a year just in interest on national debt, and we've got to change the way we spend money.
Do you expect him to do that?
I expect him to wade into the area of addressing the way we spend money, and including entitlements. I hope that my expectations will not be dashed.
We expect that he's going to say that he wants to raise taxes on people who make more than $250,000 a year. Do you have a problem with that?
Yes, I do. We can't afford to raise taxes. Look, every time you raise taxes, you kill jobs, especially in a down economy like this. The people who he would be raising taxes on are the same people that we're counting on to invest. And when you raise taxes on those people, you kill investment. And you kill investment, you kill jobs at a time when we can least afford.
So what are we going to do? We need money. Right? You agree with that? We need money.
Yes,
I mean, certainly with our spending level, we need money. With our existing debt, we need money. Where are we going to get it?
Well, first, we need to get people to agree that spending as a percentage of GDP has to shrink. We also have to get people to agree that Congress isn't going to spend more money in a year than it takes in. Once we get that under control and we show Wall Street and Main Street that we're willing to tighten our belt, I think the economy is going to start to rebound.
Is that realistic, though? I mean, if you were one of the, let's say, the handful who are going to vote no this week on the 2011, you know, how realistic is it? Is it just going to, we're just going to, every time these budgets come up, we're going to hear your voice and others, and we're going to continue down the path of spending like we are spending?
Well, look, I'm going to continue to talk about this message because this is the message that the American people resonate with. The American people want a balanced budget. They want Congress to stop this barbaric practice of perpetual deficit spending. It really, if you think about it, is a form of taxation without representation. We fought a war over that issue, and we won that war.
How is Senate Majority Leader Harry Reid? Is he talking to you at all about this?
He hasn't talked to me about it personally, but who knows? Maybe we'll have a conversation about this.
Do you hear from any of the Senate leadership on this?
Well, look, Senate leadership, just like House leadership, is talking about this constantly. It's one of the only things being discussed right now. It is understandably encompassing almost every conversation.
But no one's coming to you and saying, "Here's, Senator Lee, we really like you on board about this."
I think they know how I feel at this point.
So you're not negotiable.
That's right. Well, I'm negotiable, just not on terms that certain people are wanting to negotiate on at this point.
Not within range.
Not within the range of those who are making the statement that this is the plan and this is the one that we're going to run with. But in time, as we stand by this message, I think this message is going to take hold. And we're going to get across this point that we need a balanced budget amendment. We need to stop kicking the can down the road, and we need to change the way we spend money in this town.
Senator, thank you, sir.
Thank you.